Hello, everyone. Hello out there, and welcome to What's New Wednesday at Kimberbell. My name is Kim Christopherson, and I am the owner of Kimberbell, and I've got a show for you today. But before we get started, let's go ahead and give a shout out to all the early birds joining us this morning. Good morning, Rosemary from Arizona and Cheryl from Nevada. Hi, Patty from Holiday, Utah, and Trudy from California. Hi, Diana from Fairview, Utah, and let's see who else is here. See, Lombard from Arizona. Hi, Janie from New Mexico, and Cheryl from North Texas. Cheryl says, excited to see what's new this Wednesday. Me too. I love that you're here, Cheryl. I love that you're excited. Thank you for joining us. Mary says, ready, set, sew. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I bet you've got all kinds of projects going on right now because, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Can you believe it? Hi, Patricia from Florida and Priscilla from Texas. Hi, Carla from South Dakota. Patricia from the Adirondacks and Michelle from Denver and Becky. Hi, my friend Becky and Cindy and Jacqueline and Terry, and the list goes on. Wow, it's good to be with you this morning. I hope it is a beautiful day in your neck of the woods. Of course, this is the What's New Wednesday at Kimberbell, where we share everything that's coming up, maybe a look back at some things from the past, maybe some tips and tutorials and interviews, and just get you excited and pumped for all things Kimberbell. It is a treat today because you get to actually meet another person, well, I like to say behind the seams, SEAMS, yes, behind the scenes at Kimberbell. And actually, we're going to get right to it because this person is a very, very busy individual at Kimberbell. You know him, you've come to love him, but I'm going to introduce you to a special friend and coworker of mine, Andrew, here in just a minute, because, we have reason to celebrate today. We have the official podcast, Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell podcast, launching today, February 8th, 2023. And a lot of that is due to this individual behind the scenes. Please welcome my friend, my sidekick in so many videos that you guys see, Andrew. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, everyone out there in What's New Wednesday land.
Oh, it's always fun to see you. I know a lot of people have come to know you as the guy behind the camera, right? Yeah. Making a comment here or there or making us all laugh. But you're also known for a few other things around here. But probably your most proud thing you're known for is that you're also London's dad, right?
That's true. That's true. Most of my claims to fame come from London and my wife. They're so much cooler than I am.
From the women in your life. Yes, for sure. There's sweet little London. How many of you guys remember London from this video and photo shoot? She, of course, was our sweet little elf for the North Pole tier tray. And I think everyone fell in love with her. Including myself. I just want to squeeze her and say, London, will you be my sidekick every What's New Wednesday? She would probably love that, right?
Oh, she would. She keeps asking when she can come back and keep doing North Pole tier tray. She's almost done with the entire kit.
So. Tell us about that. I'm going to show this picture again real quick here. Ah, there you are. Tell us about what's going on in that picture.
So after that, in that picture, we had come to Sew Night here at Kimberbell. And for those of you who don't know, it's like every once in a while, they give us the opportunity to increase our product knowledge, if you will. But really, it's just a lot of fun to, eat chips and make some fun stuff. And so London has come with me a couple times. The first time she helped just rearrange a quilt, but this time she had a plan. She knew what she wanted to do. So she came with her little North Pole tier tray kit and just I really literally didn't have to do anything except for basically she was ordering me around. She's like, Dad, I need this color thread. Go get it. It's up here. And I need this fabric. Go get it. It's over there. And so I just sat back and read a book while she made everything.
Oh
And
my
now
gosh.
and now she wants an embroidery machine for her birthday, which is coming up April 1st. So
Start them young, Andrew. Start them
exactly.
young.
Yep.
Well, tell everyone, our audience out there, what you do at Kimberbell, and then go into like what the whole thought process and idea behind having a Kimberbell machine embroidery podcast and how that's different or similar or the same to what we do on What's New Wednesdays. Do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah, sure. So I'll start with the first question. I think
Okay.
there was a lot of questions in that one. My official title is now video production manager. So we have a team for the video team. We have an animator, we have an editor, and we have me. And so we basically we put together a lot of that great content that you guys get to see. So have you created a monster, adorable one for? Yes, yes. She wants more and more and more. And sometimes she gets to know some of the Kimberbell secrets, and so she's super excited. But she's not allowed to tell anybody. So anyway, but probably one of the best parts of my job is to do the lives and to interact with everybody. But we get to be very, very creative in how we get to market these things to you. And sometimes we're in our meetings and we are just laughing because it is so much fun, the ideas that we come up with, and we're so excited to make them.
You're the ringleader of all that crazy laughter.
We do have a little bit of fun.
Imagine what you were like in school, Andrew.
I was in trouble a lot for talking. I had like no control over the volume of my voice, so people could hear me across the room just having random conversations, and it wasn't about math. So now, as far as the podcast goes, so we came up with this idea probably about a year ago, and we've been working our way through it and trying to figure out like, okay, is this something that everyone would enjoy? And really, what I love about podcasts is that there's so much information out there, and you can take it with you wherever you go. So, like, say for example, I'm like at one point I was a stay-at-home dad. I don't know if anybody knows this, but there'd be times when I'd look at the kitchen sink and be like, "Oh, this is gonna take me hours." So, because we didn't have a dishwasher either. So I turn on my headphones, do a podcast, and I'd sit there and I'd get things done while I'm listening to a podcast, while I'm listening to whatever. I mean, there's so many different things about there. Now, lately, I've been listening to a lot of embroidery podcasts, which my wife just thinks is hilarious. She's like, I would have never thought you as an embroiderer, but I like it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, another thing that my wife and I would do, we go on long road trips and we'll put on a podcast because you can't always watch YouTube while you're driving. I mean, you shouldn't.
Probably not a good idea. Yeah.
No, not the best idea. But we'll listen to it and we'll pause it every once in a while and we'll talk about it, and then we'll play some more, and then we'll pause it again. We'll talk about more things that come up, and really, it drives conversation. And really, we thought about this. We're like, everyone loves What's New Wednesday, and everyone loves Kimberbell. Why don't we let them take Kimberbell, or specifically Kim, in their pocket with them wherever they go?
Wow. Well, I have to tell you, and you know this, Andrew, I will be the first to say, really? Like, you really want to do a podcast? And to me, and so you can help explain this, but like everything that we do on What's New Wednesday is so driven by the beautiful photos that people are sending in, the video, that kind of thing. How does one like make that connection to to what I'm trying to describe or what I'm seeing to someone just listening to it? And is there a way to see video through podcast format as well?
There are more podcasts that are integrating video. In fact, several podcasts that I listen to, they actually offer a video stream at the same time. And so like you can go on like, not for this one yet, but like for one of the podcasts that I listen to, you can watch them recording it live, and you can stream it through like Spotify or YouTube or anything, but then you can also listen to the audio side of it. Now, as far as like the visual side of it, I'll give an example. I listened to another podcast about leather working, which is very similar. Believe it or not, it's very similar to embroidery. Like I'm just like, these are the same principles. I'm like, they're putting an applique on here. And they just call it something different.
Yeah.
And but I listened to it, and the way that it's described, it makes me want to go and investigate that further. It's like it's just another resource, and a lot of times there'll be show notes that give more information. And what I think is really cool is like lots of links, but something that are really interesting is like sometimes there is extra content that they don't offer on their YouTube channel or
so it sounds like we might be doing some extra content there.
That is yes, that is the plan.
Very possible.
Some very we've got some great plans set up for this podcast that we're going to be putting in motion, hopefully pretty soon. So
yeah,
I'm super excited for this, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's kind of your brainchild, and I have to give kudos to you for like sticking with it and saying, Kim, this really is a good idea. I promise you, because I do agree. Like when I thought about it more, I'm like, you know what? I love to listen to podcasts as well. A lot of times I'll just listen to a podcast on my walk, outside, or like you said, just doing other things or sewing or whatever it may be. I'll put on a podcast. And then if they're talking about something that's more visual, then I go, ooh, I want to make sure and check that out. And then I can also go and find the link so easily to exactly where I want to, what they were referring to. So you're right. I guess the same could be said for something like machine embroidery.
You get it. Yeah, definitely. And awesome. There's such a broad audience out there. I mean, there are people looking for Kimberbell. They just don't know it yet. So we can just share the love and the joy of creativity.
That's right.
Let other people experience the joy of creativity through our podcast.
Yes, I totally agree. Lots of people are saying, yes, they love listening to podcasts. Teresa said it gets her through her day. It's kind of exciting to see like a whole new realm of being able to reach people and talk about things that we all love, right?
Exactly. It can bring some inspiration as well. I mean, imagine, let's say you're sewing or you're on your embroidery machine and you can listen to the podcast as well. I mean, how that can be great when they're talking about like, hey, we've got this glitter, or we've got this type of a stitch, or this brand new quilting design, and you're quilting, I don't know, just a regular quilt right there, and you're like, you know what, I really want to try this out with what are these clear blue tiles? What are these? Let's try this out, and it could change your world.
Yeah, definitely. So how does someone out there find it? If they there's a lot of streaming platforms for podcasts. I believe we're on all of them, or soon to be. There's a couple still in the waiting zone here. But what are I know the platforms. Where can they find the Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell podcast and subscribe to it?
Well, we will be putting up a page. I believe we're putting up a page on our website. And so there's also... I think
it's there now.
It is there. Okay. So we can definitely go to that one. We have it through Podbean. We have it through Spotify. We just recently got approved through Google. So if you have an Android phone, you can just go onto your Google Podcasts right there and get your podcast there. We are still waiting on Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts, for some strange reason, they say right at the beginning, like this is going to take a while to get approved, just because they've got an interesting approval process. But we've been working on that one for a bit, so we're expecting that to happen in the next little while. iHeartRadio, TuneIn, we're on all those right there, and we're always adding on more and more as we come across them. So there's also a website on Podbean, which I'll share this in the comments real quick. Here's our link to our Podbean website real quick that has all of them right there, so you can listen right away. And we're adding them on more and more. So I think the easiest way for me, I listen to Spotify a lot for my podcast, and so I just go in there, I search out Kimberbell, and it pulls me right up.
Really? That easy?
Mm-hmm. It's really easy.
I'm so excited. I'm excited to have more friends out there of Kimberbell. I like to call myself a friend collector. Because I love meeting new people, whether it's through something like this, What's New Wednesday, whether it's going out and seeing, meeting people in shops and at shows and such, or now through this new medium of doing podcasts. Andrew, you're brilliant. Someone says you need a raise. That's always a good thing, right?
Thank you.
You'll take it. I have to say, I had talked to Jamie about having you on, and Jamie's our vice president of Kimberbell and marketing and stuff. And she had said that you were a little concerned because you lost your voice. Do you want to tell people why? Because I think this is so endearing. It makes you the cutest dad ever. How did you just recently lose your voice, Andrew?
So today my voice has been better than it has been all week, because last Saturday my daughter was at the state drill competition. So she dances on her high school drill team, and as part of being a parent, you need, I think we're part of the performance somehow, but we get graded or something on how loud we can be. And so we go there, and we're probably like one section of at the arena, and we're competing against all the other schools that are filling the entire arena. And so I had to scream my lungs out so that my daughter could hear us, and she did. And yesterday I sounded not good.
She will never forget that, though. I think that is the sweetest thing. You're a good dad, Andrew Kilt.
Well, I like going to them. I like to see my girls and my son succeed in what they're doing. So.
Yeah, I love it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Just as much as you're a good dad, you're a really good person, and the guy behind a lot of the magic, we say, that happens with all the videos. And I mean, there's so much you do, the tutorials. You've learned a whole lot about machine embroidery, more than you ever would have guessed. But sometimes when you're filming me do a tutorial, you're correcting me. You're like, oh, no, Kim, remember you're supposed to cut now? I'm like, oh, yes.
You need your project batting here. Come on, let's drop that.
Exactly.
Thanks for saying that, Kim. That really means a lot to me. I really enjoy this. I got to say, I have learned so much about machine embroidery and gained quite the respect for this craft. It's beautiful. It's amazing stuff that everyone does, and it keeps evolving. I had no idea how much was involved in this, and I love working for Kimberbell. It's a great company, and you guys make great stuff. I mean, when I say you guys, I mean we make great stuff.
We do. It's all about we around here.
Yeah,
for sure. And you help bring it to life. So I love that. As we close, I want you to give these guys a little tease into a video that's coming out next week for Oh So Delightful. We've been talking a little bit about a documentary. So I am going to show a video that you worked on today about Oh So Delightful, but the one that's coming out next week is more of a documentary, like a mini. It's not long in length, but we wanted people to see from the beginning to the end what it takes to create a Kimberbell product and bring it to market. Do you want to give us a little tease about that?
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, I'd love to take credit for this, but this is actually Kim's brainchild here, where she came up with the idea of doing, basically sharing our process behind what we do every day here at Kimberbell, from the beginning of a product all the way through to the end. And there's a lot of people who have their hands in every single product. It's not just, I mean, Kim does an awful lot of work, but for every Kim, there's a Camille, there's a Jordan, there's an Emily, there's a Jessica. There's so many people involved with this that it is amazing. I keep thinking of like more people. I'm like, there's a Jasmine, there's a Jamie, there's a Ginger. Everyone here starts with a J.
That's how we hired.
Yeah. How did I get hired? Oh, and Drew. Drew, that works.
Yeah.
I guess I applied with the name Drew, and that works too. But it's really a great eye opener as to like all the work that goes into every single product, and not just the work, but like the thoughtfulness and literally the love that goes into every single product.
Passion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. You did a beautiful job bringing that to life, because yes, I said, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could show this? But it was truly you and your team that made that happen in the end. And I can't wait for people to see it. We'll be talking about it a whole lot here in the next week, because Oh So Delightful is being released today to shops.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to be sent out today, and shops will be getting it in the next week to 2 weeks. And then it is coming your way out there. So be watching for it. But if you haven't already ordered it, it's not too late. Shops are taking pre-orders. It's called Oh So Delightful. I'm going to show you a video here just to get you all excited about it. But it was a beautiful thing to see the process of it going from the very beginnings of the idea to what it takes to take it through to the end and bring it to the end consumer. Kind of fun stuff to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. And let's just say it for what it is. It's cute.
It's cute.
It's a really cute quilt. So I got to keep it away from London, or she's going to want me to make it.
Well, just hand it over to her. She can make it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, right? She's what, 8 years old?
She's 8. She's going to be 9 soon. So.
The cutest little thing ever. And I love that you can tell she's so proud of her dad too, which is fun to see.
I hope she is.
Andrew, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I know you're off to go film another upcoming product here for everyone to see. So thanks for taking a few minutes and spending time with us to share, a little bit of background on what's going on at Kimberbell.
Glad to do it. More than happy to.
Great. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Isn't he awesome? Oh my gosh, we all love Andrew around here. He's cream of the crop, as I like to say, and so grateful for everything that he brings to Kimberbell. People are very, very excited, to see the videos and the tutorials and all the things, but it takes someone like Andrew to pull it all together. He does have an awesome team as well, and they make it shine. They make us shine, which is I'm so grateful. So thank you for everyone for putting in your comments about Andrew. You love him too. And Andrew, keep up the good work for sure. All right. Well, hey, I teased you about the Oh So Delightful quilt that's coming out starting today. So without further ado, let me show you a video that Andrew and his team just finished. And then next week, we'll show you a little bit more of the documentary side of it. But this is something that you can think about like, I think I want that in my sewing room. Let's go ahead and take a look at that video. Who's excited about Oh So Delightful? Oh my goodness. It is a main feature quilt, and then it has additional 12 by 12 mini quilts that go along with it, all with a sewing theme, something that we all love to do, right? It's going to look perfect in your sewing room. It's going to look perfect as gifts to make for your sewing friends. There's in the hoop pin cushions. It's the iconic tomato pin cushion. There's specially made straight pins that match the fabric of vintage flora perfectly. You name it. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun projects with just this one package of Oh So Delightful. So find a shop doing that near you. Now, of course, if you do not live near a quilt shop, you can find it online. A whole lot of shops sell online, and they'd be happy to provide that experience for you. A lot of them are doing classes, events, all kinds of fun stuff to get you excited about Oh So Delightful. Of course, if you're listening to this on our podcast, because, we have one of those now, it's Oh So, SEW, delightful, of course, right? So there you have it. All right. Now, normally we start off What's New Wednesday with a little bit of Sew and Tell with Kimberbell, but because of Andrew's schedule, we change things up a little bit. But let's go back to one of my favorite parts of What's New Wednesday, and that is Sew and Tell with Kimberbell. All right, you guys have been busy, of course, right? So this first one I want to show off comes from Annette. She says, I have had CBTs for a year. If you are new to what CBT means, she's talking about clear blue tiles. She says, I bought them just after I bought my Solaris too. They were so intimidating to me. Why? I don't know. They are a breeze to use. A whole new level of creativity has opened up because I got over my fear. This is my fat quarter that Kim challenged us to make with CBTs, of course, clear blue tiles, a few weeks ago. I love them. If you are new to clear blue tiles, it is the ultimate system for being able to do background quilting, your traditional look at background quilting on your home embroidery machine. And it doesn't matter what size of hoop you have, you can have the look of custom quilting and all over edge-to-edge quilting very quickly, easily, no math involved. And as she mentioned there in her testimonial there, it was easier than she thought it would be. So anyway, very excited to see more and more people jumping on with clear blue tiles and getting their projects done from start to finish. Awesome. Look at this one from Michelle. She says, I had a table runner for quite some time and finished it as sewing retreat on Saturday. I've also had clear blue tiles for a couple of months and have not tried them. So yesterday I took the plunge and used her icon to machine embroider all over the quilt using clear blue tiles and a background quilting pattern that was included in the beginner package. I love how it turned out and was so surprised and pleased at the same time on how easy the clear blue tiles are to do. Again, Michelle, thank you. Isn't her table runner beautiful? I absolutely love it. It's not a Kimberbell project, yet she used Kimberbell's clear blue tiles to finish it on her home embroidery machine, never having to take it an extra step to a long armor quilter, which I totally believe that long arm quilters do amazing things. But for these smaller projects, clear blue tiles is a great way to go. Getting them done from start to finish, from A to Z, as I like to say. Here we go. Here's a closer look at hers. And doesn't it look like she did this professionally? Well, she did, with the use of clear blue tiles and her home machine. So there you have it. There's another, rah for clear blue tiles. I can't praise it enough. And other people are saying the exact same thing. It just makes me so happy to see that you're taking your projects to the finish line with those tiles. All right, here's a look at one. Let's see. She says, my Sunday fun, I added fusible backing to the back material, and she's really glad she did it. Thank you, Kimberbell. She loves it. Well, we love it too, and that turned out beautiful. Of course, this is coming from our brand new CD called Pretty and Posh. Look at that. Polly, you did a beautiful job on that. Don't you love the quilting on it? It's all part of the file itself. Here's a closer look at it. And this one is just beautiful. Of course, you can get the embellishment kit that also includes the tassels, the zippers, even those little sweet leather tags that just kind of send it over the top, right? All of that is part of the Pretty and Posh collection of a CD and optional embellishment kit. Just beautiful. Well, you guys are loving the Pretty and Posh right now. And look at what Sue did. She said she did her first bag from the Pretty and Posh zipper pouches. She loves the rounded corners on this one, and the tassel makes it pretty too. Couldn't agree more. And Sue, nice eye on the fabrics. I absolutely love that batik that you use there in the center, and then the peach fabrics on each side. It really looks beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Sue. All right, Carolyn, my friend Carolyn out there, she says, my third Pretty and Posh zipper pouch. She thinks this is her favorite so far. Thanks for providing so many fun designs. Well, you are welcome, Carolyn. Let's take a closer look at your batik that you use there along the bottom. Don't you, I think we'd all agree that these zipper pouches, there's 4 different ones in one set. They are the perfect way to showcase the most beautiful fabrics that you ever did see. And I absolutely love, Carolyn, how you use that light fabric at the top so you can really see the quilting so beautifully, and then darkened it up with a little bit of batik below it. Just gorgeous. All right, here's another one from Linda. Linda, you're on a roll. I believe I shared some of yours last week too, but these are just precious. I love how she used the she added a strap to it so it could be more like a crossover bag. She says, this is Pretty and Posh, sporty, but very classy. It's her favorite. Yeah, I absolutely love that one too. Thank you everyone for sharing your Pretty and Posh zipper pouches. Of course, you can find them at a quilt shop, either in store or online. Let's take a look at a few Valentine projects with Valentine's Day just literally around the corner. I thought I'd share a few quick and easy ones. Maybe this one's not so quick, but boy, is it worth it. And you know what? Valentine's Day comes around next year as well. If you get right to it, though, you could certainly have it done here in the next day or two. And this one, Carla says that she's done a lot of mug rugs using Kimberbell patterns, but this was her first big project to make. She says she made a lot of mistakes. Oh, I can't see them. She says, don't zoom in too closely. Well, I certainly won't, Carla, but as I like to say, if I'm like, I'm in a car and my windows roll down and I'm driving even 20 miles an hour from 20 feet away, you can't see them, right? And you know what, Carla, it looks just beautiful. I love the fabrics you chose here as well. She says, to be honest, I'm so stinking proud of myself and this February cutie. Thank you, Kimberbell, for making these products and making the instructions so easy to follow. She learned so much. Carla, that just makes me happy. Thank you for sharing that. Of course, that comes from Kimberbell Cuties, Volume 2. Has the cute little conversational hearts at each corner. And then those little card blocks, I think we call them the card trick blocks in the traditional quilting world. We did that all on the embroidery machine, which is pretty awesome, right? Love, love, love this one. Okay, Carol, she's been doing a Valentine project that comes from digital downloads at kimberbell.com. Of course, we're talking about Let Me Call You Tweetheart. It's the Let Me Call You Tweetheart pillow. She says, finally done. She changed up the fabrics in her stash. And she used the flowers from the Spring Showers software. We're going to talk about that Spring Showers here in just a minute, but let's take a closer look at what she's talking about here. These are the felt flowers. As you can see, she used these from Spring Showers, which was a product that we put out last year. And oh, those flowers look so cute on so many different themes. We're going to talk about it here in a few minutes. So thank you for sharing that picture. But as you can see, those felt flowers go beyond just the Spring Showers quilt from last year. They can be used here on the Tweetheart pillow. People use them in headbands and wall hangings and, decoration on handbags. Really fun stuff. And it's done You guessed it, on your embroidery machine. Now, if we're looking at some really simple projects to do on the embroidery machine before next Tuesday, I believe is when Valentine's Day is, I got it. I've got just the project for you. Let's take a look at this one. You can download it today from Marlene. She says, I made these lollipop cozies from the Kimberbell vault. My lollipops were too big for the pocket, so I cut 2 slits in the back and slipped the stick through them with us and put a small piece of tape to hold it on. They'll be able to be used again as a small lollipop holder, or put a ribbon through the slits and tie it onto another goodie. Very fun and fast. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's take a closer look. As you can see, instead of covering the lollipop with it, she actually just slid it through and through the handle. And that is just precious. I absolutely love the look of that felt cozy. As she mentioned, this is at kimberbell.com. It's under the vault. And it is this XO is actually part of the winter design set for felt cozies. You can get 4 different felt cozies for just $5 with that winter set. We have a spring set that's available today too, which I'll talk about in just a minute. Now, speaking of that XO Hugs and Kisses felt cozies, Deidre, she's in baby shower prep. Well, that's exciting, Deidre. She says, all the pink, granddaughter baby shower coming up. And I thought this would be a cute addition to the grab bags. Yes, I agree. And you know, one thing that I noticed about yours, Deidre, as well as the one that we just did here with Marlene, is that you didn't cut out the heart in the center, and it looks amazing. So you certainly could cut out that center heart that's part of the O, or I like this even better because, you know, it's quick and easy. Just use one color of fabric down as your applique, and then use a high contrast of a thread to make that heart. Oh, you'll save yourself a whole lot of time by not having to cut that out. Now, Deidre took that one step further. I absolutely love this, and used some pinking shears to cut around it, which just adds a whole nother level of cuteness, doesn't it? And there she shows it in the little gift bag that she's giving to each of the people that come to the shower. Beautiful in every way. And then finally, oh, look at this one. This one, she says she made a basket full of hugs and kisses. She says they're addicting. Yes, they are, Carol. They are addicting. But how cute is that in that basket? Now, if you haven't seen these before, I showed them a few weeks on What's New Wednesday, but they have an opening at the bottom, so they slide on top of the sucker. So like a 1-inch sucker is perfect for putting in there, or like a dum-dum sucker is perfect for putting in there. But you can do what other people have done, where you cut a slit in the back and slide it over all kinds of things. I mean, I made, if you go back a few What's New Wednesdays back in probably December, I cut a couple of slits and put some ribbon through it and tied it as a napkin ring cover. So think about, like, if you're doing like a Valentine tea party or something, how cute would those X and O's be just surrounding a napkin? Now, talking about, speaking of the felt cozies, what we call them, they're just the sweetest little quick projects. Take some felt, takes maybe a scrap or two of fabric if there's an applique to it, but a lot of these felt cozies actually are done with just thread and felt. Easy, right? Well, look what just showed up today in the vault. This is the spring cozies. Again, it comes with 4 different designs. You've got the cute little bunny. I mean, could he be more precious? My goodness. Love the bunny on that little sucker stick. We've got a 4-leaf clover. We've got an umbrella, which would make the cutest of baby shower or bridal shower gifts. Maybe a little cupcake topper. Wouldn't that be cute? And then we've got a fun little birdhouse that I think is really darling, placed inside, like just a little stick inside a plant, and gifting that to someone. Yeah, all 4 of those are available today. Let's take a look at the website so you know exactly where to find it. Let's see here. Here we go. We're at kimberbell.com. I'm going to go up to products here. Okay. And then I'm going to go to digital. No, I'm going to go to the vault. The vault is where older products live, and they're now available as a download because they're no longer sold through stores. So there you can see we've got machine embroidery, we've got some sewing, but I'm going to click on shop all for machine embroidery because I want to show you there's actually 2 different downloads you may be interested in for these cozies. So let's click on that. Now, here is where the felt cozies for spring are. All right, this is the bunny, the shamrock, the birdhouse, and the umbrella. Those are found there. And as you can see, it's only $5 for all 4 of those designs. Okay, it comes in 3 different hoop sizes. The larger the hoop size, actually, they're all the same size, finished size for those covers, but the larger the hoop size, the more that fit in that hoop. So if you're trying to make this for maybe a whole classroom of students or all your grandkids or whoever, you may want to, stitch a whole bunch of them out in a larger hoop. So we give you options there. Again, you get all 4 designs for that one download. But if you're looking for a real quick project for Valentine's next week, scroll down just a little bit where you're going to see the felt cozies for winter. And this is where you're going to find the X and the O. And then, of course, go ahead and get started on some gingerbread men for next year, right? And look at that wreath. Wouldn't that be cute to just leave off the berries from the wreath and make that into a flower for spring? So there you go. More possibilities with that one. So check that out. Now, that is, again, just brand newly launched this morning at kimberbell.com. And of course, we always love you supporting your local favorite quilt shop out there. If they have an affiliate link, you can click through that as well. Now, since we're here at the website, let's go ahead and see what's new in background quilting. I'm looking up products here at the top, and I'm going to go to background quilting. There's a new border. A lot of people have asking for more borders. Well, we got you covered. Liz and her team, they hear you. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode with Liz. She told us a little bit more about that background quilting process. But here's the St. Patrick's border too. As you can see, you get 2 different designs. You get the one on the left, is a little more geometric, very, very perfect for St. Patrick's Day projects. And that comes in a 1-inch width and a 2-inch border width. And then your 4-leaf clover on the right-hand side comes in a 3, 4, 5, and 6-inch width. So there you have it. All right. Moving right along. Let's move over here. Oh, here we go. All right. So lots of new things happening at Kimberbell. And then, of course, oh, so delightful, being sent to shops today. It's pretty exciting all around, right? Okay. So the other thing that's being sent to shops today is the O Linen pillow cover blank. We talked a little bit about this last week. Remember, this is brand new. It's on linen and it's already quilted with this beautiful like honeycomb hexagon shape in the background. And as you know, Kimberbell blanks are just awesome for doing machine embroidery on, because if it's something dimensional, like we have our zipper bags or our totes, or in this case, the pillow cover, it opens up flat, okay? If you've ever tried to embroider onto a pillow, for example, you know that you have to take out the seams and rip those out and then lay your project on your hoop, and it's just kind of tedious and can be kind of a mess, right? Well, our blanks make it possible for you to be able to lay this flat already on your machine. It's already got the open side seams, and the side seams are serged, as you can see there as well. The other thing that makes this special, of course, is that you have the invisible zipper at the bottom. You don't see it, right? It's invisible. So there's our little zipper. If we were, wanting to stuff this with a pillow form, then we would just unzip it, and there you have it. But the beautiful thing about this is you can put any design on there, and then you just place right sides together. When you want to sew it up, you sew up the side seams with about 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then turn it through the zipper opening, and now you have the most beautiful pillow. So last week I showed you this one. I took the design from Oh So Delightful, and I just added on this string of banners. I literally just cut these out. There's no sewing involved, except I made a little casing right there to string my rickrack through. But yeah, I just cut these fabric scraps into triangles. And then this design, you'll recognize, this comes from the Oh So Delightful quilt. So now I cannot wait to get my Oh So Delightful quilt done, because I'm going to hang it in my sewing room here. When it's done, we'll show you the whole look, right? But I have a small little love seat couch in here, and I can't wait to place this right below it. It's all just going to look so beautiful together. So I use that with the oat linen pillow cover blanket. Well, today I'm going to show you another project I did with the oat linen cover pillow cover blanket. And it's something that a lot of you probably already have. So I'm giving you another way to use spring showers. Take a look. Oh, is that so fun? I cannot wait to put this out on my bench in my entryway. But these designs come from spring showers. Yeah, they come from spring showers, which so many of you got last year. But it's not like it's an old pattern. It's still available through quilt shops. They would love to provide all the materials you need to make something like this, or to make the quilt itself, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. But it just gives new life to the patterns that you already may have. So you recognize this, don't you? It's the beehive with the dimensional leaves there that we did in felt. I added our chunky bees. These are the wool felt bees that you can buy either individually. You can buy them as its own individual little box or little tube of these wool felt bees. And here's a wool felt ladybug just hanging out on the leaf. Easy, right? And then do you remember the cute little rain boots that went across the quilt? There was 3 different sets of rain boots. I just picked out one that I thought would, look cute on this. They all would, really, right? And look at the little ribbon there sticking out. It just adds so much fun and dimension. And I'm going to put this out. You know what? I'm feeling like I want to put it out today because it is cold outside and I'm ready for spring. So there you have it. Doesn't the oak linen pillow cover blanket make the perfect canvas for anything? I'm sure you can imagine, what else could you do with this pillow cover blanket? You've probably seen pictures on our website of the leafy vine alphabet and the seasonal wreaths that we put on the center of this. Yeah, that's the same pillow cover blanket. So that looked beautiful. But now I took a design that I already had, added to it, gave it a whole nother refresh look, right, for my spring decor. I did it with Oh So Delightful. So it truly does make the perfect canvas. So how many of you guys did spring showers last year? Do you have it already? Or maybe some of you are thinking, oh, I forgot about that. I'm going to get that out again and try finishing that, right? So there you have it. Another way to use those older designs, but with a brand new pillow cover blanket. And the linen is just timeless and it matches just about anything, right? Yeah, lots of people are saying they did. And if you haven't yet, let me show you how amazing this quilt is with a few, just a couple short little videos that, all of our friend Andrew put together last year. This one I've got, I'll tell you, our animator, our marketing team, they're just awesome. Wait till you see this video. Here we go. Take a look. There's one. I'm going to show you two different ones. They're really short, but it's showing the quilt, and then a little butterfly flies off of the quilt, animated. And then another one shows a little frog hopping off the quilt. But they all come from the quilt itself, called Spring Showers. Again, not too late to find it at your favorite quilt shop. And after I show you these videos, like I said, they're short, we're going to talk about a fun little spring giveaway. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, is that putting a spring in your step? Sure is for me. Oh, I cannot wait to get that quilt out this year. And if you haven't made it, I want to see pictures. I want to see you making that because it will make you smile. Let's take a look at the second one with a cute little frog that jumps off the quilt. That last clip of the little boy gives a whole new meaning to leapfrog, doesn't it? Too cute for words, my friends. Too cute. All right. So are you ready for this week's giveaway? Let's do it. This week's giveaway is that 2 people are going to win the Spring Showers book and CD set. So it has all the designs, not only for that quilt, but for some really darling bonus projects as well. That's going to be given to 2 people. Plus, we're going to send you the embellishment kit that comes with it. Here, let me show you some pictures. Let's get inspired by the pics, shall we? Here we go. There we go. 2 people are going to win the machine embroidery version of Spring Showers, and the additional bonus projects also come in that same book. If you already have this, it's okay to still enter. Who doesn't want to make a second one for someone else? Or you could gift it to someone, right? Let's take a closer look at some of the elements that come from Spring Showers quilt. Remember that? That was what was on my pillow, but I added it, but it did come from the Spring Showers quilt itself. You know, those little bees on the right-hand side have dimensional mylar lace wings? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it does. You're going to learn some fun new techniques on your embroidery machine with that one. You got to love a little red wagon, right? Do you see the felted ladybug there? So cute. Okay. We've got some in the hoop flowers, all done with felt. This is what I showed earlier that someone used on the Let Me Call You Tweetheart design set. There we go. Look at this one. Here's one of the bonus projects. We framed it. It says, "Life is beautiful." So not only are you going to win that design set, but you're also going to win, oh yes, the background quilting bundle. What? That's a whole lot of designs right there, my friends. You're going to win the whole bundle. 2 people. And you're also going to win the embellishment kit. There you have it. So bring your scrap fabrics together or find them at your favorite quilt shop. And then we'll send you all the other stuff to make it just special for you. So there you have it. 2 people are going to win. This is how you enter. Go ahead and make a comment wherever you see this video, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. You'll see this video and make a comment. I think there might be a little mini video of this coming up on Instagram too, possibly. But if you see this video, that's where you post. And I want you to answer this question. It's giveaway time. What in your creative life puts a spring in your step? Boom, boom. You see what I did there? What in your creative life puts a spring in your step? Let us know in the comments. And 2 people are going to win what I just mentioned, the book and CD set that has all the designs in it, the background quilting bundle, and the embellishment kit. Pretty fun, right? 2 people are going to win. We will randomly draw the 2 winners and announce them this Friday morning on Facebook. That's where you can always find our winners. And then we'll get in touch with you and get you sent on your way. So what in your creative life puts a little spring in your step? Let's find out. Terry says, friends to quilt with put a spring in my step. Oh, yes, I totally agree with that. Mojak says, embroidery on my machine puts a spring in my step. Oh, my Easter lilies, Adeline says, spring up from my garden and definitely puts a spring in my step. Oh my gosh, yes. Let's see, who else we got? Gayla says, a spring in my step occurs when I make something for my family. Ooh, I couldn't agree with you more, Gayla, on that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Julie says, I get a spring in my step when I'm doing background quilting from Kimberbell. Well, thank you, Julie. We appreciate that. It certainly makes me have a spring in my step when I finish my background quilting too, using my embroidery machine for sure. Okay. Marlene says, my grandkids wanting to help me sew. Also, when they ask me to make them something, these are the best spring in my step. Wow, Marlene, I love that. And I couldn't agree with that more. Thank you. I think that's a perfect way to end this segment today. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed What's New Wednesday. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, go to one of those platforms and subscribe to Machine Embroidery with Kimberbell podcast. You can go to any of those podcast platforms, just type in Kimberbell and I have a feeling it'll come up, and subscribe. It's free. So what do you have to lose? And if you're, driving in the car, cooking dinner, working in the yard, whatever it may be, you can have a little bit of machine embroidery time with Kimberbell. We would love to have you join us for that. All right, everyone, thanks again for joining me today. Enjoy doing what you love every single day and keep on experiencing the joy of creativity. Bye-bye.